So I had some issues, and I'll talk about those really quickly. This is the Dremel that I used to use to make bookcases, and I wanted to use a different one because this one is difficult to deal with. It's difficult to set up, but it does a great job. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube using this kind, so I bought one, and it didn't work as well. Partly because I am not a professional carpenter, I'm an amateur, very much just a weekend woodworker, hobbyist basically. The chuck in this loosens after you use it a couple of times for a couple of routes or lines that you make, and you have to just tighten it up again. That did cause an issue with depth. There was the very last cut that I made was too deep, so I'm gonna have to go back and I can shim that to make it level. But it had a difficult time, I realized, with the wood that I was using. Normally I use solid wood. This wood that I'm using this time is glued together in slats. And every time I hit a glue point, this small Dremel would kick just a little bit. And the lines are decent. Okay, it made decent lines for the first 5 or 6 cuts. But then I had a difficult time with like the 6th or 7th cut, roughly. It jumps. But I thought that was because it was trying to go through a knot. And there was a knot in the board, and it did have a difficult time going through it. The other router, this kind, doesn't have any problem going through a knot. I do slow down. You should slow down when going through a knot. But this is maybe it doesn't rotate as fast. I'm not sure what the real difference is between them. It's a lower quality router, but I mean it works fine as long as you make sure you tighten the chuck after every couple of lines that you make a pass through. But with wood glue, it's salvageable. The last board that I worked on is too deep, and this is just for my home use. If it was for a friend, usually I make things for friends. Everything that I make for somebody else has to be right. I would go out and buy a new board. But just for myself, I'll shim it, glue it, and it won't matter to me. All right, so anyway, what I'm doing today is sanding the router spots and then placing these in, and that actually almost fits. You're always going to have a slight that fit pretty well. I'm still going to sand it a little bit and then glue it, but that's nice and that's tight. So that's good. The first 4 cuts were really sharp. They were good. The rest of them glue will fix. All right, so let me just pause this. A little more on the back side. And just a little more. All right, that's good. All right, a mallet will hammer that in the rest of the way. Now, you can see here that when I put these in the grooves from the router track, the gimped up places were taken care of by the wood glue, so you can't see them any longer. And let me get to the inside. You see that's smooth now, and that one is good. But you can see on the tracks that the next part here, you can see the places where the router just hit glue or hit a knot and gimped up the wood, and that's mainly because of the type of wood that I used. This is a board that's glued together, so they're little 2-inch strips, and every time it hits a glue mark, it wants to jump. But I also used a cheap router. Next time I'll just use the better one, and it takes a little bit more time to set up, but it does a better job. It's worth it. Okay, now I've put 3 applications of glue along these seams, but you can see these little places here where the glue is just getting absorbed down into the crack, and these places are where the router chipped out part of the wood. Now over here you can see also the same kind of thing happening right here. Glue will cover this up. I'm going to keep putting on a couple more applications of glue to take care of that. And you can see this is the back side, and this doesn't quite line up. I'll sand that a little bit, but it's not perfect. The front is where you need to make it look better. You can see this lines up almost perfectly at the front. So as long as that is nice, that's all I'm concerned about. The part that people are going to see. Now this is upside down because I'm taking care of all these little places, like right like if you can see that little spot right there, these little places, these aren't going to be visible either. This is going to be turned right side up, so it's going to be flipped over, and these will be on the undersides. No one's going to see this either, but I'm still going to glue these up just to make them look better, and then I will start staining today. So let me glue these up. I'll do that off camera, and then I will start staining on camera in a few minutes. Alright, so I'm adding the stain now. And let me move that up. That's what that's going to look like. We'll move that up to the next shelf. Or maybe the side. Let's see if that's visible. That's going to be noticeable. It's going to take a long time to add the stain to this. Maybe an hour. So I'm not going to record the whole thing. I'm just going to turn this off in a second because my videos can only be 15 minutes long. And I've got to do a lot of editing to get all this in. So I'm just showing the beginning part here. I'm using a large brush because I have a lot of surface area to cover, and I'm using Minwax Wood Finish Golden Oak. But let's smooth that out now. This is the first coat. Let's see if we can get it closer. And that's what it's going to look like when it's done. Okay, so let me finish this up just on my own. Alright, so this is the first coat of stain. And I don't want it any darker, so I'm going to sand it tomorrow and then put a clear coat on it, and then sand it and put another clear coat on it, and that's going to be it. But that's the shelf, the PlayStation stand. It'll hold up top. We'll have the kids' PS4 and TV up here, and they can put books and all kinds of Lego, whatever projects they have as well. It's about 3 feet wide and a foot deep, and 3 shelves tall. I think a couple of things that I would do differently. Well, one thing rather. Let me zoom in maybe on. I don't know how to use the zoom feature on the camera, but the glue. I think I would pick the stain out beforehand, which I did not. I would color the glue before putting it in. Color the glue the same color as the stain, just a little darker, and then add it, because there's a definite, you can see the glue, and that might change with a little bit of time. Maybe in a couple of days the glue might darken, maybe the stain can get in, I don't know, but the glue's visible, but that's okay. I mean, it's not, there's going to be books covering this up, and what I really like though is the sliding glass door. I got the glass at Hobby Lobby. I think it was $8 for a 12-inch by 12-inch sheet, so 1 square foot. That's pretty much it. It took